If you've watched my video on the most anticipated movies of 2020, which you probably haven't, but this is what I said about the movie Greenland. What can I say? I love me a disaster movie. I love them all. You know, from, I don't know, 2012, World War Z, The Day After Tomorrow. All of these films, I love them to bits. The thing is, they all follow the same formula, which is kind of cliche at this point. And I can see it from the trailer for Greenland. I mean, think about it. It's usually a family. You have a father, kids, the mother. Usually the kid has some quirky little thing going on, maybe asthma or a teddy bear they can't do without, some shit like that, right? And what happened during the film is at some point the family gets separated and the whole plot becomes about them having to basically find each other again.
Jackson?
Listen to me. I've rented a plane. Pack up the kids. I'm gonna be there in 5 minutes.
What are you talking about? We were gonna do our regular Saturday. Noah has music at 2 and Lil has karate.
Not that would expect him to remember.
Kate, California is going down. Pack up the kids now.
His family has been sent to a refugee camp in Nova Scotia. I'm sure they'll be safe.
Are you? Terry told you who I am, what I used to do, right?
Yeah.
And trust me when I tell you they're not safe.
Do not go outside. Just burn whatever you can to stay warm and try to wait it out. I will come for you. Do you understand me? I will come for you.
Sam! Sam, come back!
Sam?
Allison!
Where's Dad?
We'll find him. It's okay. Our largest fragment will hit in less than 24 hours.
And yes, Greenland follows the exact same formula, but with a twist. So Greenland is a disaster movie, and it's about this family, and basically what happens is, to make a short story even shorter, is that there's a meteor, is it a meteor or a comet? You know, one of those is gonna hit the planet, and it's a planet killer. Everybody gonna die. But the actual public doesn't know yet. They think it's just, you know, this event that's gonna happen and everybody can watch it and they can watch it on TV, when really and truly it's gonna kill everybody. So a few people are selected to go live in a bunker, but then everybody finds out, and you know, you have to make it and survive, and you have a movie right there and then.
If you are hearing this broadcast, seek shelter immediately.
What is it? What's going on?
If you are hearing this broadcast, seek shelter immediately.
So what I was trying to say in the intro of this video is, all disaster movie, you know, 90% of them follows the same formula. And it goes a little something like this. First, you get a family. They always establish a family in the beginning, right? Usually, not always, but usually the parents are separated. Either they're separated or they're divorced, but usually they're not together, right? And at some point, the disaster gets announced, or the disaster happened and that family needs to get back together. Or if they were together, they get separated amongst the chaos and all of the crazy stuff that's going on, and the movie spends a long time, a long part of the film getting them back together. Then the movie ends and they survive. Now that's usually how most of these movies goes. Actually, 2012 takes it a step further. You have a family, exactly like I said. Mom and dad are separated. Mom actually has another boyfriend or another husband. But guess what? By the end of the movie, they kill him off so she can get back with her ex, the family that we was rooting for in the beginning. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's usually how most disaster movie goes. Now, I know I said that Greenland follows the same formula, which it does. But Greenland does something that the rest of those other movies don't do. And it's really a switch of character. In Greenland, the disaster, the meteor, is not the main character. The family is. What I mean by that is, in most disaster movies, the meteor or the zombies or whatever are usually the main characters. Like in most of these movies, you spend a lot of time in a computer room with a bunch of NASA employees and the army, and they trying to stop whatever it is that's going to end the world. And usually they succeed or they half succeed. half enough so that you get to see enough disaster, but not too much so that the main characters and the others can survive and you can get a happy ending. But usually it's based on how to stop the event. It's rarely based on the characters. It's usually based on, can you survive? And of course they're gonna survive, but this is really what's going on. You're waiting for the tsunami. You're waiting for that big meteor. You're waiting to see the White House getting blown up. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of thing you're waiting for. But in this movie, not at all. It's really based on the characters and how they can survive such a situation. Matter of fact, I can't think of a single disaster movie that does fight for survival as well as this movie did. Gerard Butler is in this movie, and I just love this guy. The only thing is, every time I see his face and he's slightly screwing or he's angry, I'm always expecting him to scream,
This is Sparta!
That's my guy though, and he does such a great job in this movie. His acting range is just amazing. And then you have Morena Baccarin. She's awesome too in this film. She was great in Deadpool, but I really liked her a lot in this TV show that was canceled called V. It's actually a remake of a TV show from the 80s. You should check it out. And they all did a great job. You also have King Bash in this movie. He's actually a comedian, but I can see him in actual serious movies. I think he's got potential. Now the kid in this movie, I forgot his name. He does a great job. Not that great. Not in comparison to the kids you see on Netflix TV shows these days. These kids are pretty awesome. But he did a good job too. Wait. Talking about the kid. Another thing you get a lot in disaster movie is kids. And usually in disaster movies, these kids usually have something. Either they have asthma or some kind of illness. Like in Greenland, the kid has diabetes, or the kid can't do without a special teddy bear or special blanket or something. Basically what I'm saying is they turn the kid into a prop, which they do in this movie too, but it's kind of done well in this movie. There's a similar scene in World War Z that happened in this movie where they have to go into a shopping mall that's obviously getting looted and they have to get medicine. And the scene is pretty much the same, but it's more impactful in this movie because of the stake and everything that's going on. Not to say World War Z wasn't a good movie, but in comparison to this movie, yeah, this movie is a lot better. I still want to see World War Z 2 though. Now I know I keep comparing this movie to other disaster movies, but it's actually because Greenland was really good. It did what a lot of other disaster movies did wrong. This movie did it well. But the reason I'm saying this is because the meteor is such a secondary aspect of the movie that you can remove it and, you know, change it for zombies or, I don't know, flipping invading monkeys or whatever it is, and then the movie still stands on its own. The story still holds well. Overall, great acting, great pacing, great storytelling, definitely. And I recommend it. And I'm not going to go on the usual, oh, I hate rating movies. I'm a straight give this movie a 7. If you want some letters, it's a B. And if we wasn't in this whole lockdown, pandemic, you know what I'm saying, everybody sick type shit, and I went to the movies to see this, I'll be happy, definitely. Be like, yo, money well spent.
That's a madness, bub. You're supposed to say thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, you fucker.